So here I'm going to show you how you create individual workouts and generate them to an athlete or client. First, you go into session templates here. Here you need to create your programs. So like usually it's right click to select new program or new folder. I'm just going to select new program here. Make sure you have individual sessions if you're creating that for individuals. Otherwise it's going to be practices. Give it a name, something like this. Select OK. Then this window opens up. You can always go to settings here and select rows. Rows means basically, in this case, a week. So I can have 6 weeks. And columns, well, this is a 7-day program or a week program. But you can change that also. But I'm just keep it simple. 6 weeks, 7 days. I have it like this here. Okay. Then I go into the calendar and I right click on my first day here. Let's say new workout. Here I'm going to define what I'm going to call this. So let's call this chest. Time frame, well, you decide this, doesn't really matter. You're going to put in here, let's say this takes 60 minutes. Location and description is all up to you, but usually it's gym. And then you add some notes here. Basic stuff, okay. Now, on the right side, I have all my exercises. The ones I showed you in the exercise collection tutorial. Now I can go in here and I can say bench. So I'm going to do bench press and I'm going to do something like this. So I'm just dragging in the exercises that I'm going to do here today. Something like this. This is basic. I'm going to go into the first exercise here, and here I'm going to fill out my reps. So let's say I'm going to have 12 reps. I'm not going to put in the weight, the rest minutes, 1. And then I can either do this, I can add another set like this, and you can see the set appears here, or I can just copy this set. Let's say it's going to be 4 times, and then I can just change in here. So I can do 10, 8, 6, something like that. 4 sets times 12, 10, 8, 6 reps. And this will be easily shown in the app for the athlete or the client. So now I'm just going to fill out the rest of the practice. I have a bodyweight exercise here. And here, for example, I can just put in max. So that means the athlete is going to see he's going to put in max and he can add in right in if it did 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 or something. Now the first day is ready. And this is just the first day. Then I would create day number 2. Something like this. And then I'll just continue doing the same thing. So I fill out the exact exercise. And now I can just copy. So I'll drag over here and I'll select copy individual sessions with a right click. And then I just paste with command or control V here. And I can do the 2nd week, the 3rd week, 4th, 5 weeks. Now I have a 6 weeks program ready here. I want to change a little bit in the settings. I don't want to be doing this exactly the same thing here every week. So I can do here, I can go into this exercise here. I can select bench press, for example. I can right click. I can select periodization. Here I have all the bench presses in this program. All the days and all the sets. So this is week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I want to change it a little bit. I'm not going to change the first day, but already next week I want to change something in here. So I can double click on the set here and I'm going to start with 10 now. Then I just use the arrow to jump down. And I can do the same thing, of course, with the rest minutes. I use the arrows to jump through that minute here. And first week, I'm not going to change anything. So I just jump around here. And already here, I'm into more rest. So you get how it done. Okay, close it, and then I could do the same thing for the next exercises. But now this program is ready to go. And here I have some options. I can just go to generate now in the bottom here. I can select the group to find the athlete. So let's say I have my athletes here. Here I can decide. I can take one, or I can do a multiple like this. Put them over here. I'll make sure the date is correct. I want him to start here on the 23rd, which is Monday. And I select OK. And then this program is generated. So now when I go into calendar and I select the A team and I check the athletes, I can see already down here. So if I go down a month like this, I can see the program is here for each player. But I notice that some players here or athletes do not have any programs. So here now I can go into programs. I can open up this one. Here I could select one day at a time and add to a player. So here I could just focus on an athlete. And let's say I see that Jonathan Mikael Montero doesn't have any session. So I can click on him here. Open up this. Here I could drag the whole program into his account. Or I could just select the first week, for example. Drag these 3 days in, or just one. So I could just play around with this. So let's just take the 1 week here and add it to his account here. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, select OK. And then the program is in this guy's account here. OK. So this is how you basically generate the programs. You can do it from the program in the beginning, or use the calendar to drag and drop in here.